Sustainable love, to me, is fundamentally different from emotional love. While emotional love often leads us to demand too much from others, to over-criticize, and to become frustrated when expectations are not met, sustainable love arises in a broader field, where freedom, punctuality, nonviolence, and tolerance are paramount. By loving sustainably, we learn to play more, to laugh at bearable mistakes, and to demand less from others. We accept imperfection, both in ourselves and in others, recognizing that we are all fallible. This understanding allows us to embrace more and judge less. One of the great challenges of sustainable love is the neurotic need that many of us have to want others to fulfill all our expectations. However, I realize that this is an emotional trap. After all, who can truly fulfill all the expectations of another person? Furthermore, when we face moments of stress, our minds tend to seek answers in our memories. However, often these memories are blocked by negative anchors, such as past traumas. This is one of the reasons why so many relationships face challenges in times of crisis. It is crucial to understand that when someone frustrates us, the first mental act is unconscious. It is not the mistake itself that comes into play, but rather the self-checking, the trigger of memory. This process occurs at an astonishing speed, almost at the speed of light, and can lead us to open traumatic windows that block our ability to respond intelligently. Therefore, to build truly sustainable relationships, we need to learn to anchor our memories positively, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of hurts and resentments. Only then will we be able to give intelligent responses in stressful situations and fulfill promises of love in sickness and in health, in joy and in sadness. When it comes to sustainable love, there is a fundamental difference from emotional love. While to break free from this vicious cycle, it's needed to practice sustainable love in everyday life. It means praising at least thrice a day, expressing love daily, and nurturing gratitude. Instead of pointing out flaws, we should focus on the positive qualities of folks around us, celebrating their virtues, and supporting their growth. Psychoadaptation's just one of many phenomena influencing our relationships and emotional well-being. By understanding these thought and behavior patterns, we can start transforming our relationships and live more fully and authentically. Psychoadaptation's a complex and often overlooked phenomenon. When faced in painful situations like losing a loved one, it's natural our minds seek to adapt to this new reality. Yet, this adaptation ain't always healthy. For example, if a mother loses a child and can't positively adapt to this loss, she may get trapped in a cycle of grief and suffering. Instead of honoring her child's memory constructively, she may sink into sadness and melancholy, losing the ability to move forward. To break free from this negative psychoadaptation cycle, it's necessary to cultivate emotional resilience. This means we're cognizant and accepting emotions, both positive and negative, and finding healthy ways to deal with them. One of the main barriers to healthy adaptation is the tendency to adapt to the people around us. For example, when our kids are young, we tend to be playful and good-humored. Yet, as they grow, many parents become critical and controlling, losing the ability to celebrate their children's individuality and creativity. The same pattern repeats in romantic relationships. At the start, it's all party and joy, but over time, many couples lose the spark and become critical and dissatisfied. Instead of praising and supporting each other, they find themselves constantly correcting and criticizing, making love unsustainable. Teachers, often stressed and overloaded, ain't getting the support they need to foster a healthy educational environment. Schools become stages where only the right moves get acknowledged, perpetuating the notion that failin' ain't acceptable. This creates an environment where students fear making mistakes and, consequently, don't learn to deal with failure constructively. The lack of emotional education also reflects in politics, where emotional intelligence is crucial, but rarely taught. Our self is like a Ferrari in a potato field. We got the potential to achieve great things, but we ain't getting the necessary training to utilize our full emotional potential. From my experience, I learned happiness ain't a gift, but a conquest. Unfortunately, many folks become champions of unhappiness due to the lack of emotional education. Our self is often poorly trained and acts like a puppet, being controlled by thoughts and emotions we ain't fully comprehending. It's crucial to awaken the protagonist within each of us. We gotta become the directors of our own lives, architecting our paths with purpose and meaning. This requires courage, audacity, and a deep understanding of ourselves. I'm committed to teaching this message worldwide, cause I believe everyone deserves to live full and meaningful lives. For sure, I'm a problem solver and task achiever. I do, I go, I stay, I step back and move forward. This self, conjugated with the verb, whatever it may be, often's emotionally immature, childish. I can't give smart responses in stressful situations. The mature, the wise, is the one who puts themselves in others' shoes, who's generous with themselves and others. Don't buy what don't belong to me. My piece is worth gold, the rest's peanuts. I ain't obliged to buy offenses, unjust criticisms. Resilience ain't well worked, cause people ain't moving first, ain't leading themselves. A mature self also contemplates, makes small things a spectacle to the eyes. Metaphorically, hugs trees, talks to flowers, pays attention to nature. Asks the kids where they went wrong, the